Have you ever felt like you're on a treadmill chasing happiness, yet never quite arriving? You get the promotion, you buy the gadget, you feel a burst of joy, then before you know it, you're back to wanting the next thing. Psychologists actually have a name for this, the hedonic treadmill. Our tendency to pursue one pleasure after another, only to return to our personal happiness baseline. In other words, chasing feeling good can become a never-ending race. Modern culture often tempts us with hedonia, fleeting pleasures, comfort, the feel-good moments, but there's the trap. Those moments are temporary. We adapt and start craving something new. Think about the rush of getting a new phone or a quick dopamine hit from likes on social media. It fades and we seek the next boost. It's a cycle that can leave us less fulfilled over time. Now contrast that with a deeper idea from ancient wisdom, eudaimonia, a fancy Greek word Aristotle used, often translated as flourishing or thriving. This isn't about constant pleasure, it's about living well, being good and living in line with your values and virtues. It's the fulfillment we get from doing something meaningful or growing as a person. In fact, the happiness from living with purpose or helping others is less of a roller coaster. It lasts longer than the high from a moment of indulgence. Science backs this up. Pleasure that comes from selfless acts tends to outlast physical pleasures. So flourishing isn't just about feeling good, but also being and doing good. By definition, people who flourish not only feel good, but also do good. They lead lives of purpose, connection, and contribution. Instead of chasing happiness, they cultivate it through how they live and help others. This is the art of flourishing, creating a life of deep well-being, resilience, and meaning. So, how do we actually flourish? Wisdom traditions and modern psychology agree on a core insight. True thriving combines wisdom and compassion. Wisdom is seeing clearly, understanding what truly matters in life and what doesn't. Compassion is the heart, caring for others and ourselves. Together they keep our flourishing balanced. We develop ourselves not just for our own sake, but to better serve and connect with others. In Buddhism, for example, it's said that flourishing arises when we realize our interconnectedness and cultivate compassion. In plain terms, a thriving life is one where you grow your mind, that's wisdom, and your heart, that's compassion, in unison. Think about it. What good is success if it makes you cold or selfish, or being kind but burned out and ungrounded? Flourishing needs both. Wisdom helps us make good choices and find meaning. Compassion ensures our success benefits others, creating a ripple of positivity. In fact, helping others doesn't subtract from your thriving, it amplifies it. Neuroscience shows that acts of kindness activate the brain's reward pathways, literally giving us a helper's high. Our brains evolved to thrive through social connection. Strong relationships enhance our resilience and even lengthen our lives. So, to truly flourish, we need to cultivate wise habits and a compassionate outlook. Let's get practical now. Psychologist Martin Seligman, a pioneer of positive psychology, offers a useful roadmap for thriving. It's encapsulated in a model called PERMA, P-E-R-M-A. And we're going to add one more letter, V for vitality, which is often added in later models. This PERMA V framework covers key ingredients of a flourishing life. Think of it as 6 pillars to stand on. PERMA stands for positive emotion, engagement, relationships, meaning, accomplishment, and then vitality for the body. Let's break those down. P, positive emotion. This isn't about plastering on a fake smile 24/7 or being happy-go-lucky all the time. It's about cultivating positive feelings like gratitude, hope, awe, love, the emotions that nourish us. These emotions uplift and buffer us against stress. We can actually train ourselves to notice the good. A practice tip: try the 3 good things exercise. Each night, write down 3 things that went well and why. This simple habit has been shown to significantly boost optimism and reduce negativity by training your brain to scan for the good. Also, savor the good moments. When something nice happens, pause for 10 seconds and really soak it in. Over time, you'll find those little sparks of joy string together into an overall brighter outlook. E. Engagement. Have you ever been in the zone, so absorbed in an activity that you lose track of time? That's engagement, often called flow. It happens when your skills meet a challenge just right, whether you're playing music, gardening, coding, or even cooking. Engagement isn't just fun, it's a profound antidote to boredom and anxiety. When we're fully engaged, we're not dwelling on worries, we're in the present using our strengths. Try this practice tip. Identify your signature strengths, the activities or talents that make you feel alive, and then use them often. Maybe you have a knack for teaching or creativity in the kitchen. Try doing more of that. Also, minimize distractions when doing something you love. Mindfulness helps here. Even simple techniques like deep breathing or a quick sensory check-in, what do I see, hear, and feel right now, can ground you into the moment, paving the way for flow. R. Relationships. No one flourishes in a vacuum. Our social connections are hands down one of the biggest predictors of well-being and even health. Good relationships, whether with friends, family, a partner, or community, provide support, meaning, and joy. In fact, long-term studies find that people who have nurturing relationships live longer and report higher life satisfaction. So how can we strengthen our bonds? Well, here's a practice tip. Try active, constructive responding, a fancy term for celebrating others' good news. For example, if a friend shares a success, put down your phone, really listen, and respond with genuine enthusiasm. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. Tell me more. This kind of response, as opposed to a half-hearted, oh cool, builds trust and intimacy in relationships. It makes the other person feel heard and boosts your connection. Small acts of kindness and appreciation, a thank you note, remembering birthdays, or just giving a big hug also go a long way. Make it a habit to invest in your relationships daily, even in tiny ways. M. Meaning. This pillar is about belonging to and serving something bigger than yourself. Meaning comes from connecting what you do to a greater purpose. That could be spiritual, familial, community-driven, or a personal mission. It's knowing your why. For instance, a nurse finds meaning in healing others, or a parent in raising a child, or even a YouTuber like me, in spreading wisdom and compassion. When we link our daily actions to a purpose, even the mundane tasks gain significance. Here's a practice tip. Try the eulogy exercise. It might sound morbid, but imagine listening to your own funeral eulogy. What would you want people to remember about you? Kindness, creativity, that you made a difference? This isn't about gloom, it's about clarity. It helps you identify your core values so you can live by them now. As the Stoics say, memento mori, remember that life is finite. So live in a way that matters. Connect even your small daily tasks to the bigger picture. For example, if one of your values is helping others, remember that answering emails at work conscientiously might be part of how you contribute to a larger goal or team. That mindset turns just another day into another step towards something meaningful. A. Accomplishment. We all have goals and the drive to achieve. Accomplishment in PERMA isn't about ego or collecting trophies to impress others. It's about pursuing mastery and personal growth. Achieving things does make us feel good, but more importantly, it builds confidence and skills. The key is to focus on intrinsic goals, goals that excite you for their own sake, like training for a marathon to challenge yourself or learning guitar because you love music, rather than purely extrinsic goals like fame or money. And here's a practice tip. Set one small, achievable goal that aligns with your values and work on it consistently. Maybe it's writing 200 words a day of that book you've been meaning to start, or committing to exercising 3 times a week. Every little win gives you a jolt of accomplishment and momentum. Remember, success is the product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformations. That quote from author James Clear is gold. It means flourishing isn't a one-time jackpot. It's the sum of regular habits. So celebrate progress, no matter how modest. Over time, small victories compound into a big sense of, I can do this. V. Vitality. Finally, vitality. Taking care of your body and health. We often forget that our physical well-being is the foundation for mental well-being. It's hard to flourish if you're running on 3 hours of sleep, fueled by junk food and stress hormones. Vitality means ensuring you have the energy and wellness to fully engage in life. And here's another practice tip. Prioritize the basics: sleep, movement, nutrition. Aim for a consistent sleep schedule that gives you the rest you need. Find ways to move your body that you enjoy. It could be yoga, dancing in your living room, walking in nature, anything. Even 10 minutes of activity can reduce stress and boost your mood. And stay hydrated and nourish yourself with food that gives you real energy. This isn't about a perfect diet or intense workouts. It's about building sustainable, healthy habits, so your body supports your dreams. When you feel physically vibrant, you're more resilient to challenges, and you can literally put more life into your days. So that's PERMA V. Positivity, engagement, relationships, meaning, accomplishment, and vitality. Each pillar is like a fuel tank for your well-being. And research shows that nurturing these areas doesn't just make life nicer, it actually lowers depression and boosts overall life satisfaction and even physical health. The beauty is that these elements work together. For example, exercising vitality can boost your mood, positive emotion, and give you energy to invest in relationships. Pursuing a meaningful goal can put you in flow, engagement, and introduce you to like-minded people, relationships. It's all interconnected. Let's talk about one practice that turbocharges several PERMA V elements at once: meditation. You might wonder, how does sitting quietly help you flourish? Meditation is like a gym workout for your mind and heart. It builds qualities that underlie all these pillars. For example, it literally trains your attention so you can savor positives and enter flow states more easily. It fosters compassion, boosting relationships. It can spark deep insights, feeding meaning. And it builds mental discipline, helping accomplishment. Scientific studies have found that regular meditation rewires the brain in ways that enhance emotional regulation and resilience. Over time, meditators develop more gray matter in areas related to memory and empathy, and less reactivity in the stress centers. In plain English, meditation helps you stay calm under pressure, rebound from challenges, and empathize with others, all crucial for a thriving life. It also boosts what one teacher calls the big 3 skills of the mind: concentration, sensory clarity, and equanimity. Concentration is your ability to focus, helping engagement and accomplishment. Sensory clarity means really experiencing life in the moment, vividly and without mental fog. That amplifies positive emotions and savoring. Equanimity is an inner balance. It's like an emotional steadiness or grace under fire. When you have equanimity, you still feel joy and sorrow, but you're not overwhelmed by them. You can respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. The benefits don't stop there. Meditation has been linked to greater self-awareness and perspective taking. You learn to observe your thoughts instead of being ruled by them. This helps you make wiser choices. It also naturally grows compassion. Many practices literally focus on loving kindness or forgiveness, which nurtures that compassion pillar. In fact, one study showed that cultivating compassion through meditation can make people more likely to help others, even at a personal cost. And here's something fascinating. When you meditate, you practice being with yourself with patience and kindness, and this spills over into self-compassion in daily life. Think of self-compassion as the soil your flourishing grows in. You cannot flourish if your inner soil is toxic, if you're constantly beating yourself up with self-criticism. Many of us think being hard on ourselves is motivating, but it often backfires. Harsh self-criticism breeds anxiety and shame, which shrivel our ability to thrive. You can't shame yourself into flourishing. It's like trying to grow a flower by pouring acid on it. Instead, research shows that treating yourself with kindness and understanding actually makes you more resilient and motivated. When you make a mistake or hit a setback, a self-compassionate response might sound like, "It's okay. This is tough, but I can learn from it. Everyone messes up." This approach creates a safe inner space to grow. As one psychologist put it, self-compassionate people are more motivated to improve, driven by care, not fear. They know you don't punish yourself into better behavior. You gently nurture yourself toward it. So give yourself permission to be human. Encourage yourself like you would a dear friend. This isn't selfish or indulgent, it's practical. With supportive self-talk, you'll be more willing to step out of your comfort zone, since you're not terrified of your own harsh judgment if you fail. And thus, you'll grow more. Self-compassion provides the emotional safety net that lets you dare greatly, which is essential for flourishing. We've covered a lot of concepts. Now let's zero in on a few actionable practices you can start right away to boost your flourishing. Remember, success and happiness comes from little daily habits. So here are some little daily habits for you. Number 1, the savoring pause. At least once a day, deliberately pause for 30 seconds to savor something enjoyable. It could be your morning coffee, by feeling the warmth of the mug, inhaling the aroma, and truly tasting that first sip. Or step outside and feel the sun on your face or the sight of clouds. We are training the brain to hang on to positive moments longer. This simple savoring practice rewires your brain to notice and amplify the good. Next time you find yourself rushing, take a savoring pause. Even right now, let's try a quick one. Do you notice how that brief moment of presence feels? Savoring teaches your mind to slow down and appreciate life's little gifts. Number 2, the eulogy exercise. I mentioned this one earlier. It's a powerful way to align with your values. Take some time this week to write what you'd hope your loved ones would say about you at your 80th birthday, or yes, at your funeral. What do you want to be remembered for? This isn't morbid, it's clarifying. It highlights the kind of person you want to be. Maybe you write, "She was compassionate and made people feel heard," or He was adventurous and inspired others to fully live. Use whatever comes up as a guiding star. Each morning, set an intention to live a little more like that person. Over time, these intentions shape your daily habits. If you want to be remembered as kind, find one opportunity today to be kind. If as wise, spend a few minutes reading or reflecting instead of scrolling. Little by little, you start living your legacy now, which brings a profound sense of fulfillment. Number 3, digital gardening. In our hyper-connected world, a thriving life needs boundaries on the inputs we allow into our mind. Think of your mind as a garden. You want to pull out weeds, negative, draining inputs, and plant flowers, inspiring, educational, or uplifting inputs. And audit your digital diet. Notice how you feel after watching the news for an hour or scrolling media. If something consistently leaves you feeling anxious, angry, or inadequate, that's a weed to trim. This week, unfollow one account that drains you and follow one that inspires you. Curate your feed to serve your flourishing. Also, set small limits. Maybe no screens for the first 30 minutes in the morning, or try a digital sunset, shutting off devices an hour before bed to improve your sleep. By protecting your attention from constant doom scrolling or comparison traps, you free up mental space for engagement, relationships, and meaningful activities. Your mind blossoms when it's not constantly cluttered with negativity. Number 4, the one kind act a day habit. Flourishing is contagious. When you help others thrive, you boost your own well-being too. Challenge yourself to do one small act of kindness each day. It could be as simple as sending an appreciative text to a friend, giving someone a genuine compliment, or helping a neighbor carry groceries. Studies show that happiness from selfless acts is especially durable, creating what researchers call authentic, durable happiness that comes with inner peace. You'll likely find that making someone else's day also makes yours. It reinforces that sense of interconnected flourishing. We rise by lifting others. Flourishing is not a distant destination or a prize only for the lucky or the ultra-disciplined. It's a daily art, a way of being. It's built moment by moment, choice by choice. As we wrap up, I invite you to treat each moment as sacred. There's a beautiful teaching by Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. Wash the dishes as if you were washing the baby Buddha or baby Jesus. In other words, bring the same care and attention to the mundane that you would to something deeply precious. If you can be fully present washing a dish, feeling the water's temperature, the suds, appreciating that you have clean water, then you're practicing flourishing in that simple act. Because if you can't find awareness and gratitude in small moments, we might miss it in the big moments too. So, approach your life as if every moment matters, because it does. Your morning routine, your commute, your interactions, each is an opportunity to apply wisdom, to show compassion, to live your values. When you greet life this way, even the ordinary becomes extraordinary. You start to realize thriving isn't over the rainbow, it's right here in the rhythm of your day. The art of flourishing is really about living fully, with wisdom to guide you, compassion to connect you, and daily practices that ground you. It's finding happiness not by chasing it, but by cultivating it through actions and attitudes. You have so much potential to thrive, and you have the tools now. From PERMA V's pillars, to meditation, to those little micro habits. So starting today, embrace the idea that your life is your art. Paint it with gratitude, meaning, and kindness. Water it with daily habits of health and mindfulness. And whenever you stumble, because we all do, remember to treat yourself with the same compassion as you would a dear friend. Over time, you'll notice a shift. More peace, more purpose, more joy. That's the flourishing we're talking about. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of the art of flourishing. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who could use a little inspiration, and let me know in the comments which practice you'll try or what flourishing means to you. Until next time, take a deep breath, treat each moment as sacred, and keep growing in wisdom and compassion. You've got this. And remember, a thriving life is built one day at a time.